even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of load management.
Yeah.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships, like, but do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Or some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight.
Shaquille O'Neal just set the NBA world on fire, and LeBron James and Kevin Durant are caught in the crossfire. When Shaq came out swinging against load management, calling out modern players for sitting out games while making tens of millions of dollars, he didn't just ruffle feathers, he started a war. And the timing couldn't be more perfect, because Durant and LeBron just finished laughing at Michael Jordan's legacy on their podcast, dismissing everything the older generation built. Now Shaq's throwing punches, and he's not holding back. Here's what Shaq said that got everyone talking. When asked about load management, Shaq didn't sugarcoat it.
Go ahead.
So you want me to pay you $30 million to play 30 games? Hell no.
Right.
No. 80 games is fine, because I did it.
He didn't stop there either.
Jerry West did it, Kareem did it, Magic did it, Bird did it, Bernard King, like all the great legends before us did it.
Think about that for a second. Shaq's pointing out something nobody wants to admit. The legends who built this league, who made it what it is today, played every single night. They didn't have the medical technology modern players have. They didn't have the training staffs, the recovery centers, the sports science departments, and they made a fraction of what today's players earn. Yet somehow, they showed up every night. When someone asked Shaq if he thinks there are too many games in an NBA season, his answer was simple and brutal. Nope. If we had to do it, they have to do it. No sympathy, no understanding, just straight facts. The old generation played through injuries, through fatigue, through everything the league threw at them, and they did it without complaining. But of course, the modern NBA wasn't going to take that lying down. Draymond Green fired back immediately.
What I think is actually quite bullshit myself is to incorporate something at this point.
Austin Rivers went even further. When asked if he's pro the 65-game rule that Charles Barkley once raised to 70, Rivers said,
That's ridiculous. I love Charles Barkley. He's wrong.
Yeah. Well, so the older guys, they played all the games.
That's cool, man. And now they walk around and their fucking knees touch.
That's the defense modern players are using. They're saying the old guys destroyed their bodies. So why should we? They're acting like playing basketball for millions of dollars is some kind of sacrifice that requires them to preserve their health by sitting out half the season. Nikola Jokic even said he thinks forcing players to play is wrong.
I mean, definitely forcing players to play. We saw what happened with the Joel, but it's something that probably league wants to. I don't know.
Basically admitting he doesn't want to be on the court if he doesn't feel like it. This is the mentality Shaq's attacking. And honestly, he's got a point. Because while modern players are complaining about their workload, they're making more money than ever before. The average NBA salary is over $10 million. Max contracts are pushing $60 million per year. And guys are sitting out games because they played 3 nights ago and they're tired. Now here's where this gets really interesting. Right around the same time, Shaq's calling out load management, Kevin Durant and LeBron James were on LeBron's Mind the Game podcast, and they decided to take shots at Michael Jordan. Not directly, of course. They're too smart for that. But the message was crystal clear. Durant started talking about longevity, about how hard it is to keep playing year after year.
Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships, like, but do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Or some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight.
LeBron started laughing immediately. The camera caught it. They both knew exactly what they were doing, making Jordan's retirement sound like he quit on the game while LeBron's longevity made him somehow tougher or more dedicated. Then LeBron added his own dismissive comment about the sport itself. Just basketball.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
That's how LeBron described the game that made him a billionaire, the game that gave him everything. Michael Jordan never talked about basketball like that. When asked about his mentality, Jordan said,
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times.
That's the difference right there. Jordan didn't view basketball as just a job or just a game. It was everything. And his teammates saw it firsthand. One of MJ's teammates told a story about Jordan's second year in the league.
Coming to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so he's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I got to be there.
Jordan himself explained his mindset early in his career.
I twisted my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. You know, this is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
But Durant and LeBron weren't done disrespecting Jordan's era. LeBron kept going on the podcast, talking about the triangle offense. When asked why it's not used anymore,
to try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging, just because how the game is played and also how defense is covering.
LeBron said he's basically saying our era is more advanced, more complex, more difficult than anything Jordan dealt with. Then LeBron took it even further, questioning why ring culture matters so much in basketball.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything.
This is LeBron James, the guy who formed super teams in Miami and recruited stars to Cleveland and Los Angeles, suddenly acting like championships don't matter. Why? Because he knows he can't catch Jordan's 6 rings. So now he's trying to change the conversation to longevity and stats. Meanwhile, Larry Bird told a story that perfectly captures the old generation's mindset.
Garth Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago, he said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy, because that's what basketball is all about.
Bird understood something Durant and LeBron don't. Basketball isn't about preserving yourself for year 20. It's about leaving everything on the floor every single night. It's about diving for loose balls, playing defense until you can't breathe, doing whatever it takes to win. That's why Bird only played 13 seasons. That's why Jordan only played 13 full seasons. They destroyed their bodies because they cared more about winning than longevity. LeBron recently admitted he's thinking about load management himself. When asked if playing all 82 games is still a goal, he said,
Maybe that's a goal, but yeah, we'll see.
He's already making excuses, already preparing fans for the games he's going to sit out this season. Jordan had a completely different philosophy.
Play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work.
That's what separates Jordan from everyone else. He understood that being an NBA player is a privilege. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. The least you can do is show up and give effort every single night. Jordan took that responsibility seriously.
You know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck, right?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
When asked specifically about load management, Jordan's answer was definitive.
Well, it shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. The fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy.
Even Tracy McGrady, who played in a more recent era, understood this.
There's no way I was going to take load management when the guys I named yesterday, Kobe or AI, Paul Pierce, Vince, so those guys come into my building.
McGrady knew that if he sat out against legends, he'd be disrespecting the game and the competition. But here's the problem with Durant's cute little comment about Jordan playing baseball. It completely ignores the context of why Jordan retired in 1993. And that context changes everything. Jordan didn't wake up one morning and decide he was bored with basketball. His father was murdered that summer, killed in cold blood during a robbery. James Jordan, the man who pushed Michael to greatness, was gone. And Michael Jordan, at the absolute peak of his powers, walked away from basketball to honor his father's memory. and pursue the dream they talked about, playing professional baseball. So when Durant casually throws out, "Some people play baseball," with that smirk on his face, he's not just being ignorant, he's being disrespectful. He's reducing one of the most painful moments in Jordan's life to a punchline, and LeBron, sitting right there laughing along, co-signed it. Let's talk about when Jordan actually retired. Was it after a first-round playoff exit? After getting embarrassed in the finals? No. Jordan retired after winning his third straight championship. He reached the absolute pinnacle of basketball and did something Magic Johnson never did, something Larry Bird never did, something Isaiah Thomas never did, a three-peat. And he did it while dealing with the grief of losing his father. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Who's making these comments? Kevin Durant, one of the biggest quitters in NBA history. In 2016, after losing to the Warriors in the playoffs, Durant joined them. He joined the team that beat him, the 73-win team that already had Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. That move is widely considered the most spineless decision in league history. And it didn't stop there. Since leaving Golden State, Durant quit on Brooklyn, demanded a trade, couldn't handle the pressure, then he went to Phoenix. This is the guy calling Michael Jordan a quitter. Then there's LeBron. When things got tough in Cleveland the first time, he took his talents to South Beach. When the Heat started declining in 2014, he bolted back to Cleveland. Then when that didn't work out, he ran to Los Angeles. Every time adversity hit, LeBron found the nearest exit.
Couldn't believe that an NBA player could make $1 million. And now these guys are so lucky and blessed, and they can't play basketball 3 or 4 days a week. And I know they hide behind all the analytical bullshit from their agents and people like that. What they're really trying to do is extend their career. The way the money's been and going, depending on who you are, you're going to be able to make another $50, $70, $100 million and probably more going forward if you can extend your career 2 or 3 years.
Michael Jordan never chased longevity. He chased perfection. Every single season, his goal was simple: maximize himself, maximize his team, win championships, dominate on both ends of the floor. Jordan played 15 years total, but really only 13 full seasons. In that time, he won 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, 10 scoring titles, and made 9 all-defensive teams. That's not just impressive, that's near perfection. Now look at Durant and LeBron combined. They've played 39 seasons, nearly 3 times as long as Jordan's peak. And what do they have to show for it? 6 championships total, 5 MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 5 scoring titles, and 5 all-defensive selections combined. In almost 40 years of basketball, they accomplished less than Jordan did in basically a decade. Twice the time, half the results. So yeah, Shaquille O'Neal just humiliated LeBron James and Kevin Durant, not just by calling out load management, but by reminding everyone what real legends looked like. Shaq, Jordan, Bird, Magic. They didn't make excuses, they didn't sit out games, they didn't laugh at the generation before them. They honored the game, they respected the fans, and they showed up every single night. If you think Shaq's right about load management, hit that like button. If you think modern players need to start respecting the game again, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you want more breakdowns exposing what's really happening in basketball, make sure you subscribe because this conversation is far from over.